Aston Villa manager Graham Taylor is not a man to tangle with. It's either his way or no way. His way is beginning to pay off. The story of Villa's decade is from first to second class. One of only 4 clubs to win the championship during the 80s. European champions in 82, then came the crash of 87. Currently, they're on a hot streak. This afternoon, we present Villa for the 90s, starring David Platt. According to Graham Taylor, the best value for money signing he's ever made.
Wright's got the stretch, Platt's got the better of him, he's round Shilton, right on half-time!
This afternoon, Platt and co are aiming to get past Everton and Neville Southall. Week in, week out, described as the best there is by those who tried and those who failed. A glutton for work and truly world class.
Oh, Southall, an extraordinary save.
Southall is one of the few who remain from Everton's 2 championship teams of the 80s. Colin Harvey's spending spree will be judged at the end of the season. The early signs are that he's doing okay. It took guts to fork out $1 million for Mike Newell 12 months after buying Tony Cottee for 2.3, but Newell's the man of the season so far on Merseyside, and he's in pretty good company. The First Division's leading goal scorer, he's already forced his way into the England reckoning with class goals against class opposition.
Newell, Mike Newell!
Well, Aston Villa going for their 5th league win on the trot today. The last time they did that in the First Division was in 81, their championship year. Everton last winning the title 3 seasons ago, 1985 before that. Well, a very good afternoon. After the 2nd week running on the match, we could see a change at the top. Last week, Liverpool did it. This afternoon, Everton might. Chelsea are the overnight leaders, of course, due mainly to Liverpool's inability to beat Coventry at Anfield. What a shock. A win for Everton would put them back into pole position today. Villa could move up to 4th. Well, our guest this afternoon, according to the match programme anyway, is very popular with Villa and Everton fans. Shut up. We'll soon put a stop to all that. Andy Gray. And I think with special interest today on the 2 players that we highlighted at the top there, David Platt and Mike Newell.
Definitely. I mean, we're very fortunate today, Elton, in having 2 of the hottest goal scorers in the First Division.
They've set their clubs alight, and also on the fringe of the England setup. Certainly Newell's already there, and Platt is now being talked about as being watched by Bobby Robson.
Yeah, Mike Newell's done himself no harm, obviously. So he's in there, he's managed to get himself in. And David Platt, the way he's going this season, it can only be a matter of time if he keeps up that form and that goal-scoring ratio before he's included in it as well.
It's going to be a good game today. You just get the feel, don't you?
Looking forward to it, very much so.
Andy, we'll talk again at half-time, but right now it's over to our 2 commentators this afternoon, Brian Moore, and alongside him is Ian St John. Brian.
Thanks a lot, Elton. Well, last week, Jimmy Greaves, with his cap as a co-commentator, I think the Saint has probably topped him today. How do you fancy it today?
Well, I think it'll be a very close game. I can't really separate the teams on paper. I think it'll be a scoring draw, Brian.
A draw?
Well, I think a scoring draw because as the boys were saying in the box there, you know, we have young players playing today who want to impress international managers, and I think they'll be on target this afternoon.
Right, let's have a look at the 2 teams then. Starting with Aston Villa, Nigel Spink in goal. Number 2 is Chris Price. 3 is Kevin Gage. 4 is Paul McGrath in the midfield. 5, Derek Mountfield, a former Evertonian. 6, forming a defensive partnership with Mountfield, is the Dane Kent Nielsen. 7, Tony Daly. 8 is David Platt, the top scorer with 7. 9, Ian Olney. 10, Gordon Cowans. And 11, Ian Ormondroyd. This is how they'll play, with Paul McGrath in the midfield, Platt and Olney up front. Ormondroyd will operate down the left-hand side. Most eyes on those 2 strikers. To catch the eye of Bobby Robson, David Platt, who also takes over the Villa captaincy in the absence of Stuart Gray suspended, and Mike Newell, 9 goals for Everton. He also made the England squad, of course, for the recent Poland game. Everton then with Neville Southall in goal, 2 John Everall, 3 Neil MacDonald, 4 Martin Keown, the central defender who left Villa last summer for Everton. Like the number 5 Dave Watson, he had to pass a test this morning. 6 Norman Whiteside, 7 Pat Nevin, 8 Stuart McCall, 9 Mike Newell, 10 Tony Cottee, and 11 Kevin Sheedy. Right, we're ready to go. And Everton are wearing the lighter strip. Attacking the goal to our left. Keown gets it back. Great clearance there by Southall. Mountfield. So many good seasons of Everton he had, getting it away. Sheedy. If Everton can remember, they leapfrog over Liverpool, Arsenal and the leaders Chelsea and go back to the top. But Cottee getting in there for them, and a goal kick. Villa, the incentive for them, if they win, they got to 4th place. The same number of points as Arsenal and Liverpool, just 1 point behind the leaders Chelsea. And as Elton was saying, that would represent Villa's 5th successive league win. And they've not done that since they won that First Division title back in 1980-81. Kevin Gage putting it high towards Ormond Royd. And the flag is up. An offside and a free kick to Everton. Skipper Dave Watson with it. Had some real problems with a muscle injury this week that he picked up at Norwich. And Neville Southall with the kick, way outside his penalty area. High towards Mike Newell. Mountfield gets there. Here's Sheedy. Cottee. Ebrel to Nevin. Back to John Ebrel again, who's essentially a midfield player. He's an emergency right back. Interesting character, John Ebrel. He's only 20. He was a member of the national school, the FA's national school, and loves playing in the midfield. But when Ian Snowden was injured recently, slotted in at right back and has done a really good job there for Everton. Up towards Ormond Royd, starting his first game for Aston Villa since last March. This giant number 11 stands 6'4". Nielsen, now Sheedy. McDonald. Neil McDonald, better known as a right back, but operating here in the left back position. Neil Poynton, another of the Everton injuries, along with Kevin Ratcliffe and Ian Snowden. They've really taken some terrible stick and had their defensive system uprooted by injuries this season. And I think it's all the more credit to Everton that they've soldiered on and gathered up the points, even though they know they can play better than they have been. There's Cottee. Mountfield getting it away. Not very far. Crossed again there by Whiteside. And Chris Price to bring it away now for Aston Villa. Up towards Ian Olney. A little touch for him, and Daly, who can really fly. But on this occasion, McCall got in before him. And McDonald gets it back safely to Southall. Ian St. John?
Well, good play by Stuart McCall there, getting back and winning the tackle. And I gather he's playing ever so well for Everton in midfield. And with Scotland's big match coming up in a week's time, you know, he'll be one to impress this afternoon.
There's McCall going in for the header there. Yes. Andy Roxburgh saying he's got a touch of Billy Bremner about him. He certainly has, with the flame-coloured hair. A real little battler in the midfield. McGrath. Cowans. Olney. Back to Gordon Cowans again. Gage. And Keown stabbing that one clear to Sheedy. Free kick. Whiteside with it, off the referee, and Villa take possession again. That's interesting. The referees are part of the field of play, and Everton quickly had to backpedal. And suddenly, by chance, things seem to be going Villa's way. Omdroyd with the throw. Now he's going to leave it for Gage. And maybe use his heading ability now in that Everton penalty area. Cowans floating it in. And it might come for Daly. Snuffed out by McDonald. Now McCall. And now Sheedy, as Everton comes springing forward. McDonald. Not a particularly good away record, Everton, though. They've only won one in the league so far this season. That was at Charlton. First real touch. David Platt loves to go at defences from fairly deep positions, but he's way up there now, being watched by Watson. Well, here's the Everton lineup. That's how they'll play, with Newell and Cottee, the two men up front, and plenty of stability through that midfield as well, McCall and Whiteside in particular. And what might be interesting, Ian, is something you were talking to me just before we came on the air, the battle between Whiteside and Paul McGrath, two great mates in their Manchester United days. Oh, but in the moment, here's Cowans, free. He's got Platt up alongside him. It's a goal! A great start for Aston Villa. Cowans' first goal of the season. Hit with tremendous venom as he got in behind that defence and took it really well, Ian.
Oh, it was a beautifully played ball by the fullback. Split the Everton defenders, who were all square. And who says that he's only a left-footed player? He kept cool, took it into the box and slammed it in the corner.
Almondroyd. Cross coming in, Keown meeting it. Outfield away. Olney. It's got the Villa fans going. Gordon Cowans, 5 minutes gone. Actually, the match team have a sweepstake on the first scorer every Sunday. I'll give you one guess who's got Aston Villa number 10. Ian.
Ryan Moore.
Correct.
Wipe that smile off your face.
I had Eric Torsfet, the Spurs goalkeeper, last week, so I was never going to win that one. Here's Cowans again. In fact, with the bookmakers, he was a 20-to-1 shot to score the first goal here today. There's McGrath. Almondroyd. Gage. With this good run behind them, and now a quick goal. They're going to be hard to contain, Villa. They looked full of confidence. He scored a couple last season, Cowans, but he took that one so well. If we look at it again, I wasn't sure whether Southall just got a touch to it and touched it onto the post. Takes something to beat this man. Mountfield going for it, comfortably with the head. Olney there. And away goes Cowans again, but this time Sheed is there. That'll be a throw. I think Everton might well say, was he onside or was he offside? And from that angle, it's not entirely easy to see. But there's the shot. Yes, Neville Southall just got a touch to it, but it went off the inside of the post. It's questionable whether he was onside, you know, Ian.
Well, I thought perhaps David Platt, who was on the other side of the field, might have been off. He certainly looked the more forward of the two players.
A free kick to Everton. Gage with a header. Sheedy hit it straight at Paul McGrath. Behind for the corner. Push the big men forward for this. Keown's up there. Watson's in there. As Everton now try to retrieve this situation. If you just joined us, Aston Villa leading by a goal to nil. Here's Sheedy. Played for Nevin. Floated in there. Again, it's Gage not really getting much of a header away, but it's Cowans. And everything he touches at the moment seems to work. It's a Villa throw. One more look at the The Everton goal, or rather the Villa goal.
It was very difficult to say because the camera cut just as the ball was played, Brian, so we didn't see, you know, had he been running, he was onside when the ball was actually played.
Watson with the free kick. Up goes Newell. But even higher was Mountfield. Hebrel. Here's his cross, quite a good one. That time it was Nielsen, the Dane, who got it away as far as Cowans. Cleared upfield towards Olney. Beautifully taken by Olney. And then beaten by Keown. But here's Ormondroyd. Won't reach Platt. Olney's after it. And Villa in really lively form.
Already this boy, Ian Olney, looks a very good player, Brian, doesn't he? Very comfortable on the ball. He looks to me to be an ideal target man. You throw the ball up to him and he can hold it.
Well, he's only 19, and before the game was given the Barclays Young Eagle for the Midlands. Chosen by Stan Cullis, great old former Wolves manager, no better judge of a player. Here's Ormondroyd. Forward to Olney. Watson stuck very close to him there. Now here's Nevin, looking to weave a little magic now for Everton. Ebrel playing it forward towards Nevin. Cotty waiting in the middle. Everton's throw. And they got a corner. Everton unbeaten in their last 5 games until they come here today. Includes one in the Littlewoods Cup. Sheedy with his tantalising left foot, curling it in there. Fisted away well by Nigel Spink. Helped out here by Daly. Platt getting it away, and one Everton player down in the box is Kevin Sheedy. No, it's not Sheedy. It's Mike Newell. Maybe a bang on the head, possibly from Nigel Spink. With this one. Ormondroyd. Got it clear to Olney. Brought down by Watson, and that'll be a free kick. Challenge, and this is the free kick coming up now. Cowans floating it in once more. It was Whiteside who got it away. Gage. Cowans. So accurate with his crossing, as you'll see when Villa get corners. That. It's a long across there. Southall coming for it and reaches it well. There's some good purchase on that punch from Neville Southall. It's Villa's throw. Olney. Price again with it. Daly. Price. And a goal kick. Villa had a good record against Everton last season, took 4 points out of a 6, a 2-0 win here. Southall really coming, very positive bit of goalkeeping and a good hard punch. You can see 3 Villa players there looking for it with their heads. Everton. Mountfield. McCall. Cotty. Nevin. It's John Everton again. Played in for Cotty. Whiteside. Oh, he slipped. McGrath said thank you, and away goes Villa again. Platt going off to the right. And Keown getting in just in time at the expense of a corner, which will be taken by Cowans, who's already made his mark on this game. And he curls in such good corners, Cowans, that Everton will really have to defend well against them, particularly with big fellows like Ormond Royd, Olney in there, McGrath's up from the back, Mountfield as well. There's a very, very good corner again. So often, Ian, you see, even at this level, corners get wasted, but very rarely when Cowans is operating them.
Good crossover. Ormond Royd, actually, for being a big fella, he's trying to stand in front of the goalkeeper here. Never really gets the height. Watch him again here.
Fisted away under great pressure that time, though, from Southall. But Cowans really an object lesson in his accuracy with his corners. Free kick. Foul by Cotty.
There's a chance again for Ormond Royd, but it didn't really go to him. But that's the criticism from Villa fans about Ian Ormond Royd. They say that, you know, although he's 6'5", that when the ball comes in the box, he really doesn't get the balls he should do, Brian. You know, we all wish that we had that height being centre forwards.
Here's Platt. Well, here is Ormond Royd. It's really a good ball through to Platt on that occasion, but cut out by Watson. Now Sheedy for Everton. A goal down, if you've just joined us. The scorer, Gordon Cowans for Villa, after 5 minutes. Whiteside going in, but again going in, but can't force his way through. Kevin Gage. Getting it back from Mountfield. It's McCall. Come for Watson. Cotty. Keown. Mule after this one, and got up really well, releasing Nevin. Good challenge though by Nielsen, but Nevin getting it back. McCall to Everton. Put away by McGrath. Cowans, a lovely ball by Cowans for Daly. Only on the far side. It's gone past Everton. Daly takes it up now for Villa. Tried just a little too much, and Watson thankful to clear it for the visitors. Free kick to Villa. Mountfield with it. It's Daly. Six league games for Everton, Derek Mountfield had. There's his long free kick, met by Whiteside. Ormond Royd. Nice. All the way out. To go, and quickly and well read by Neville Southall. Certainly Cowans is in very lively form this afternoon, Ian.
Well, just thinking that Aston Villa certainly winning the midfield battle, aren't they? You know, McGrath and Cowans in there are getting far more of the ball than the Everton pair.
So many good things emanate from Gordon Cowans, and his their good spell, Villas, has really coincided with his return for the team. And there's a great shot, and Olney will force it home. Good work by Platt leading up to it. Southall got a touch, but Olney really made sure. And Villa go 2 up. Inside the first 13 minutes. Ormond Royd. on the far side. Good work there by Platt. Southall could do nothing after he'd only parried it, as Olney came racing in. A great start now for Villa, and a really big job for Everton. Whiteside. Nevin. Sheedy. Splendid touch by David Platt leading up to that goal.
Oh, it was lovely. There must have been a bit of pace on it, because Southall made the save, and it was a little bit unfortunate when the ball bobbled and he couldn't quite gather it at the second attempt.
Out again. Watson getting it clear. Cotty. Whiteside. McDonald. Cowans. Whiteside went in with a good deal of venom there, but he was sidestepped by Gordon Cowans, and here's Ormondroyd on the far side for a really rampant Villa at the moment. And away goes Olney. Platt waiting in the middle and wants a quick cross. In fact, it comes to Ormondroyd. Charged away by Watson. Cowans going across to take another corner. Ormondroyd will be at the near post. And Everton with a lot of defending to do here. Just chip those corners in with the right boot. Running in there, and Whiteside getting that one away. Cowans again. Gage. Price trying to get across from that. Oh, the speed of Daly again. Got the whole of that half to himself. And Nigel Spink. Price. Ormondroyd. Threatened by Eberl. Free kick to Villa.
He's actually done well, big Ormondroyd, hasn't he, out in that left flank? And I mean, he did well for the goal as well. A bit of a deflection there. Then Platt got the touch, and as I say, it was a good, firm ball, and Neville had a fumble, and Olney in. Here it's from behind the goal, and we'll just see how.
Actually, off the defender as
I was just going to say, it had a deflection again the second time.
Off Keown. Ormondroyd's okay. He was sent home from training on Friday with a touch of flu, but it was just a 24-hour job, and he arrived perky and ready to play today. That is in there, and Southall, more work. They've got a good scoring record, Aston Villa. Only in one league game this season have they failed to score. Everton's throw. Villa leading 2-0. Cotty. McCall. Eberl. Newell. There's Ormondroyd again. That's a lovely ball, played for Platt, but I think Southall will get there first. There was, in fact, a referee had blown up, and in fact, it's a yellow card for Norman Whiteside.
Well, that's him got the full set this season, isn't it? I think that's 5 he's had, Norman, so that's a holiday coming up for him. I must say, he looks very chunky, Norman Whiteside, doesn't he? I know he's had injuries and probably not able to train as much, but it looks pretty heavy to me.
Ormondroyd. Eberl getting it away. McCall helping it. Whiteside. Olney. Slight mistake there by Watson. Olney might punish him for it. No, he tried too much and Southall pounced, and Everton was saved.
Inexperience, I think, there, Brian. He had to hit it when he reached the edge of the box there, took an extra touch and just ran it through to the goalkeeper. But I mean, the Villa are so much sharper to the ball than Everton.
Here's Ormond right again. Yes, Everton thrown completely out of their stride by those 2 early goals. And the linesman flagging for a free kick for the foul by Whiteside on Ormond Royd. And the referee having another word with Whiteside. Go away, he says to McCall, my business is with the number 6 only. And Tony Ward giving Whiteside, I would have thought, possibly a final warning there. Remember, he's already had the yellow card. Howans then with one of those tantalising free kicks. Platt there first! A brilliant goal by David Platt! It's 3-0. The joy at Villa Park. An astonishing performance by Aston Villa. An amazing start with 3 goals. And maybe the best of them all there from David Platt. His 8th of the season. Ian St John.
Well, it was a lovely little header. Played to the near man there and looked over the head of Neville Southall. But again, you see, if you get fouls away, unnecessary fouls, as Everton did there, you deserve to get punished for it.
Now Newell. Daly in there. Sheedy. Whiteside. You can see the joy on those Villa fans on the other side of the ground there. Promise of a great afternoon for them now. And away goes Platt again.
John Everall been spoken to by the referee. Young John's had a couple of sort of wild tackles, you know, and I think he's testing the referee's patience a bit now.
Ormond Royd. Watson. Shady. That's Ormond Royd.
I've noticed a big change in the style of playing from Aston Villa this year from the last time we were here, Brian, last season. You know, they're playing far more football. They're playing it into midfield and through there. And it is a joy to watch today, I must say. I'm really enjoying this.
Free kick for the foul on Cottee. Neil MacDonald with the kick. Watson up there, as you can see. And they need something now to give them a feeling that they're not completely out of this game. Here's McCall. Cottee scampering after this one, and Spink, I thought, had been fooled by the bounce, but no. Four clean sheets in the last 6 games for Nigel Spink, suggesting that Villa are very, very mean in defence these days as well. Sheedy. Came just brushed off Cowans for Mike Newell. Watson, McCall, Cottee, McGrath's getting in there. Outfield. Things working out well at the moment for Graham Taylor and his Aston Villa side. Well, still not satisfied though. It's a lovely ball by Platt, but it was offside. Daily offside. Platt chasing away over there. There's no doubt that the cry is going to come up for Bobby Robson to give him some consideration with the World Cup coming up. Ormondroyd. Well, he's got to be stopped sometime, but the shot in the end didn't really trouble Southall. Outfield. Now Price. Everything's going for Villa at the moment, including a corner. Baffled at the moment, these Everton defenders, by what's hit them. Now they've got to defend from this Cowan's corner. Floated in there, and in fact Southall was impeded. Talk about David Platt. I mean, he had a good part in that second goal and scored the third one brilliantly. Bobby Robson might well say, yes, it's one thing to score in the first division, it's quite another to score at international level, but if he goes on like this, he's really got to be considered very soon. Well,
Bobby Robson has enough games between now and when he makes his final decision. He has to give players such as Platt a game and let's see if he can play at international level. I mean, he looks a very good player. He's got good skill, bit of pace, scores goals. You know, so let's have a look at him.
Ormondroyd getting that well with his head. This might well be the best that Villa supporters have seen of Ian Ormondroyd. But that pass, not such a good one. Watson clearing up to Newell for Everton. It's a far cry for Villa from that frightening experience of theirs at the tail end of last season when they were certainly in line for relegation until Liverpool beat West Ham in that last game of West Ham's, and it was West Ham who went down and Villa who were saved. But it's a different story now so far as Villa are concerned. If they win this one, they go up to fourth, remember, leading here by 3-0 against Everton. Watson. McGrath. Cut out by Keown. Certainly hasn't been a very happy return to Villa Park for Martin Keown. Sheedy. Short for Whiteside. Straight to Ormondroyd. No, I don't think even Daly's pace will get that.
You know, I saw Villa play pre-season right now, game at Chester, pre-season match, and even then, you know, although it was a pre-season game, they looked a far different team. They looked as if they were a team with a bit of pace, a bit of football about them, and I thought, well, they could maybe do something this year, and I'm glad to see that that's actually happening.
And it was knocked by Newell into the crowd. Certainly a terrific goal by Platt. Again, Cowans with that free kick.
Well, you've mentioned it about how accurate he is, and it was a lovely little flick header. Left Big Neville stranded.
10 minutes of the first half left. Nevin. Keown. MacDonald. A bit of space here for McCall to do some work. Nevin close to him. McGrath Shepherding it back to Nigel Spink.
I think McGrath's been a terrific signing for Villa. He's a real quality player, and playing in midfield today, he prefers, I think, playing in the back four, but he is such a good player, Brian, he can play anywhere.
It's his first game for a month after injury. Oh, outside, well beaten by McGrath there. But I know in his Manchester United days, Alex Ferguson always used to say he's such a natural athlete. You can put him straight back into the side, you know, after injury. He's just had one game this midweek, a centenary game at Hinckley Athletic. And here he is ready and doing a terrific job in the midfield, as you say. But here's McCall now for Everton. Now there by Gage on Nevin, a free kick for Everton.
Nevin has been anonymous in this match, hasn't he? Really, although he's not got much service, but if you're not getting the service, you've got to fight to get in the match.
Now it's either a Sheedy free kick or one by Nevin. It's Sheedy floating it in there. A deep one indeed. Cotty turning it back. Scored his first goal of the season last week, Cotty, at Norwich. Slightly deeper corner that time, but Spink diving on the ball, and Villa are saved. Plenty of thought going into the Everton bench there, Colin Harvey. And on the bench he's got Graham Sharp and Peter Beagrie, his two substitutes, who signed from Stoke City. And I thought there's every chance that they might get a look in this afternoon. Mountfield. Well, it's Keogh and Olney. A free kick to Aston Villa. To be taken by Derek Mountfield. McGrath. Watson gets it back. Outfield header. Daly. Cut out by Keogh. Cotty. Ebro on the far side. All inside him. Nevin up alongside him. Played in towards Tony Cotty. And the end comes to Cowans. Right foot away to Olney. McCall. Nevin. McCall continued that run. Everall. Nevin again. He's jinked his way past Ormond Royd. A nice little cross in there. And in the end, MacDonald putting it high into the crowd.
Well, a bit of spell for Everton in the last 5 minutes, and a good play by Pat Nevin, getting to the byline and getting the ball over. But as I was saying, he's got to force himself into the game. He's got great skill, little Pat, and that's what he should be doing. Good little ball to the far post. And as it ran wild there, ooh. I would say that was the best shot of the season, eh?
Well, all right. Spink with the kick. Ormond Royd with the header. Southall outside his box. Cowans again, coaxing it back with a lot of class there, back to Mountfield. And a goal kick for Everton. side that time. Free kick to Everton. A call. Right side. Well forward there. Finds little Pat Nevin. And away come Villa again, this time with Gage. Nevin's after him, but he flicks it out to Olney. Gage again. Daly trying to get on the other one, but it's Keown in first. Sending Cotty away for Everton. Kent Nielsen holding him off with 4 minutes to go to half-time. Aston Villa leading by 3-0 here at Villa Park against Everton. Neil.
Well, Brian, if my pre-match prediction of a scoring draw is anything to go by, we should be in for a good second half.
Yes, it's one that Evertonians everywhere would enjoy. In the meantime, Nigel Spink with the kick. There's Almondroy just nodding it on for Olney, who took a smack in the face there as Watson jumped for that one. McGrath. And a foul on for McGrath. And the whistle went just too quickly, really, for Aston Villa's liking, because Olney was away down that far side. But they get a free kick. But Everton get the opportunity of pulling everybody back. Cowns will tease them with this free kick. McGrath's up there. Mountfield's in there too. Platt was in there too, looking for another of those backward headers. Daly. Paul McGrath. Just sailing wide. And a goal kick for Everton. So summing up the first half, Ian, as we come towards half-time. Let's just see what Mike Newell does here for the moment. With Cotty waiting inside. Might be a long wait. But at least Everton get a corner.
Well, so Aston Villa have been a revelation. I think they've played some tremendous football. I've been disappointed with Everton, and you know, I don't think that they've really had an impact in the game. They'll be looking to score here, Brian, to go on at least, you know, with a goal in hand at half-time.
Comes to Ebrel. Interesting. Just over the back.
Yeah, I don't think Everton have really done themselves justice so far in this 45 minutes. They haven't played quality football at all, and you know, the wide men, Sheedy and Nevin, haven't been in the game. There's been no service to the front two, and I think all in all, you know, the Villa have really, you know, out-battled them, and the classier team are well in the lead at the moment.
Particularly through those midfield areas, as you were saying earlier.
Yes.
Almondroyd. Only after this one, Keown gets it back. McGrath. Price. Olney. Paul McGrath. Daly. Scored a stunning goal last season in this game against Everton, did Daly. And Chris Price went down the right and he hit a most spectacular volley, as good a goal as I saw anywhere last season. Southall beaten 3 times in the first half. Nielsen caught a little off balance there, but Mountfield was behind him. Here's Whiteside. Daly's after him. Whiteside again. McGrath. Here come Villa. Head down, Olney chasing after this. Martin Keown after him. Was that a corner or a throw? Looks as though it was a corner. Cowns is across there. Almondroyd in there, Platt in there, Olney, Nielsen up from the back. Little flick on by him. Fist away by Southall. Price. leaving it for Daly. A half-time whistle, greeted with rapturous applause by the Villa fans. Cowans, Olney and Platt, their scorers. And Everton, as Ian St John was saying, outgunned by Aston Villa. Let's go down to Gary Newborn on the touchline.
Graham Taylor, most people will be absolutely shocked with that result, but what's your assessment of your first half?
Well, they've done very well. Now we've got to keep our shape and balance, not do anything stupid. It'll be a little bit difficult because the crowd will be looking to go on to get 4 and 5 and 6, and we must make sure we don't do anything stupid at all.
Can I just ask you one other thing?
Shape and balance and keep playing. Whenever there's a passing opportunity, we pass it and we move.
We've been doing very well for Platt as far as you're concerned this season, but what about Gordon Cowans?
A tremendous 45 minutes. Now I need another 45 from him.
Thank you. Elton?
That was Graham Taylor, but the real tough talking at half-time in this match has got to be done by the Everton manager, Colin Harvey. Is Everton's position after 45 minutes an irretrievable one? That's a question I'll be asking Andy Gray after the break. The half-time score at Villa Park, an astonishing one really. Aston Villa 3, Everton 0. Andy Gray, what is going on in that Everton dressing room right now, do you think?
Well, I believe last week at Norwich, Colin Harvey tore a strip off the lads at half-time in the Everton dressing room, and I'm sure that's going to be nothing compared to what's going on there. He must be terribly disappointed with the performance of his whole side. As inept a performance as I've seen from Everton for many a long day, and Colin will be very disappointed. May even be thinking of changing it right now. I mean, managers don't usually like doing it this early, but he may even be forced to do that.
He's got Sharp and Beagrie on the bench. You think both of them might come on then?
I think they've got to at some stage, whether they do now or slightly later, but certainly they'll be looking certainly to make a change just now.
But let's not take anything away from Aston Villa, because it was a brilliant first-half performance by them, and your old friend Gordon Cowans, your old teammate,
right,
rolling back the years, I mean, he's been outstanding.
He has been out. This for me is the man that started it all, Gordon Cowans. He got Villa going there. There's slight suspicion of offside. I mean, I don't think one way or the other you could say, but what a tremendous finish. I mean, it's a fantastic strike, and the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion, could do nothing more than touch it onto the post. But he's certainly got them going, Gordon Cowans. He's rolled back the years, and this big lad's done well at wide left, Ormond Royd. The one we talked about early on, David Platt gets the touch, and there's a striker's goal for young Ian Olney. He must be absolutely delighted with that.
Goalkeeper like Neville Southall, he set such high standards for himself, but he was at fault there, wasn't he?
Yeah, knowing Neville, he will feel he was at fault, and this is a man we picked out. Great little ball. That's a Graham Taylor trademark, that free kick. You know, he did it at Watford and he does it at here at Villa, and that's a tremendous finish from a man who we said before was bang on form.
Well, our statisticians have actually been looking very closely at Mike Newell and David Platt throughout the afternoon to actually compare, you know, their respective performances. And I think we can see the match facts right now. Well, maybe we can't, but I'm pretty sure
I would be surprised if David Platt is not way ahead in him. I think all that will show is Villa's domination of the game. I think Mike Newell's been starved of service. He's had to work very hard against two central defenders who have been very, very strong indeed and given nothing away.
It'll be interesting to see exactly what that shows up. Certainly from David Platt's contribution there, you see, and Mike Newell, I mean, he's not had a shot on target at all.
No, he's not even a shot off target. I mean, it shows you really Villa's domination of the game, that David Platt is so far ahead. And may I add, it's as good a Villa performance as I've seen. I mean, people talk about Graham Taylor as a man who likes the long ball, likes to bomb it forward, but Villa have played some tremendous football.
Okay, Andy, we'll talk again later. Irrespective of what happens in the second half here at Villa Park, we've got 21 goals guaranteed at the end of the programme, a third of them from Highbury. That match between Arsenal and Norwich City, which finished 4-3. The most exciting game of the weekend, that's for sure, and certainly the most controversial. So you'll be able to see those at the end of the programme, but right now we're going to take a break.
Welcome back to Villa Park. The teams are just on the pitch again for the second half. Ian, Graham Sharp is on for Everton. They've taken off John Ebrell, the defender.
Well, Everton had to do something, but I could say this to you, Brian. I watched the Arsenal game yesterday. They were 2-0 down at half-time and fought back to score 4 goals in the second half. So anything's possible.
Well, here we go then at the start of the second half. Sharp on for Everton, and Stuart McCall has dropped to right back.
Everton have also made another change as well, Brian.
Yes, because Neil McDonald is now playing centre-back.
And Beagry's on.
And I think it must be Dave Watson who's gone. Dave Watson, who was troubled with injury all week. He picked up a muscle injury against Norwich last week, but he was doubtful really even until today. So 3 goals down, they've had to change their side around as well. There's McDonald. Good jump by Nielsen. Newell now. Beagry. Newell, and saved by Spink. That. Away goes Daly, almost getting in there first. Now Ebrel's on the far side, so he's not off. It's Whiteside who's gone and Watson who's gone. Now we've got ourselves right.
We were saying at half-time, Brian, we were having a chat, that we thought that Whiteside might be taken off because he was dicing with the referee, wasn't he?
Cowans, now is that a bit of confidence or isn't it? A little chip there from the edge of the box, as cool as you like, straight and accurate to goalkeeper Spink. Yeah, he's enjoying his game. Blatt. McCall. Blatt. Here's Sharp. Here's Beagry. First chance really we've had to see him, indeed his first game for Everton since his £750,000 signing from Stoke City. Peter Beagry. Goes down the flank with a lot of style and skill. A jinky little player. Here he is, with a bit of space to work in as well. There's the jink. There's the cross. Can Sharp get on the end of it? It came off gauge for an Everton corner. That was really Peter Beagry's copyright, wasn't it? That's a little move, a little bit of jinking and a nice accurate cross.
Well, Everton were hoping they can get a service in for Graham Sharp.
Only away. Not very convincingly, but it comes for Daly nonetheless. Now will he give it a go and run against McCall? McCall struggling to keep up with him, but does so very well in the end. Now Nevin. They let it run through to Newell. McGrath's after him, no foul. Cotty takes it up. Here's Nevin, sweeping it to the far side to Beagry, with Ebrel outside him. Ebrel, and across behind for the goal kick to Aston Villa.
But certainly a bit of purpose about Everton's play in the start of the second half. They've obviously had a shake-up, and at least they're going to the ball with a bit more fire.
The Wheelers are probably still singing from what Colin Harvey had to say at half-time, I would think.
So Mike Newell has gone into midfield. Be interesting to see how he manages there.
Cotty and Sharp, the two up front. McGrath. Here's McCall. They're tough times actually for the Everton defence without the likes of Ratcliffe and now Watson and no Snowden and no Poynton. It's a real makeshift defence. It faces another big examination here as Gage takes it up this time. Gets it through to Platt. He's got another one! A brilliant goal again by David Platt. The second for Platt, and satisfaction for the manager. What a lovely bit of finishing. Sorry, sir.
I was going to say superb work by Kevin Gage here. You know, he fought off the tackles, played a little ball, but look at the skill here. Turned inside Keown and slid it past the keeper. I mean, that is quality, that's class.
First time Everton have conceded 4 goals this season. And David Platt has now scored 2 of them and made 1. Platt's after this one. Villa's throw. Gage. Ormonroyd. Shaking off Nevin. Daly might pick this one up on the far side. Edward didn't really know where it was. There's his cross. A little too high for Olney. And Everton are rocking again. Gage playing it in this time. Price going in. And a free kick for Everton. So David Platt, in fact, looking for a hat-trick here. A very interesting programme note in the very good Villa programme. Only 2 Villa players have ever scored hat-tricks against Everton. 1926 Len Capel, 1929 George Brown. So nobody scored a hat-trick against Everton for Villa in 60 years. David Platt needs 1 more to do that. Here's Ormonroyd. Platt up there, only up there. Ormonroyd weaving his own way, and a good shot, and Olney! It's astonishing, this. They can't believe it on the terraces, but they're celebrating it nonetheless. Terrific work here by Ian Ormonroyd. Everton pulled all over the place. And it's Olney who gets that final touch. And he too now is on a hat-trick. 5-0. For Villa. Daly on the far side. Keown gets across. Newell to Nevin. To Sheedy. This has developed into a rout now. Beagrie. McGrath picking that up. And Everton get a throw. Sheedy. Here we are again, Ian. This work by Ormonroyd. Platt was right in there again, but it was a good header actually by Olney.
It was a good header, and Platt almost got his hat-trick there. You just talking about it. I thought, well, here it comes. He's going to get it, but Ian Olney in there with a header. So, you know, the odds are that one of them surely will get one now, man, because the way the game's going, they look as if they'll score any time they attack.
And here they come again with Olney. Stopped by MacDonald. Helped away by McCall, who's taken over the captaincy with Watson off the field. Sharp. There's such a purpose about Villa this afternoon. They're buzzing and they're so creative in so many areas. McGrath. Platt. Sheedy. Sheedy again. Gage away. Sharp to Nevin. Sheedy. Cut out by McGrath again. He's had a fine game there, just in front of the back four. It's where Jack Charlton often likes to play him for the Republic of Ireland, so he's well used to that role. Keogh playing it forward. Price up there, but Eagre's header goes beyond the byline. It's a goal kick for Aston Villa. The last goal again.
Ian Omenroyd must get a lot of credit, you know. I mean, he dragged the ball, what must have been 40 yards, took it right into the box, attacked the defender. Good firm shot there, and that was a lovely header, wasn't it? It was going slightly behind him only, and he turned and headed it in.
Very good readjustment there.
There have been two killer blows, really, for Everton, who came out in the second half, looked as if they might fight their way, inch their way back into the game, and then bang, bang, 5-0. I'm sure Derek Mountfield will be happy with this result. Big Derek, who is a real Evertonian, you know, he's an Evertonian since he was a boy, and was disappointed that the club let him go, so, you know, he will get extra satisfaction this afternoon.
Well, they've certainly got a couple of prime strikers now in this part of the world, with Steve Bull over at Wolverhampton doing it all, and David Platt here at Villa Park. And his goals have been so good today, Platt. I mean, they've been great bits of finishing. And Everton again, Nevin. Outfield there again, helped by McGrath. Sharp playing it in. Cotty, Nevin. And easy for Spink. A voice from the archives tells me that the greatest win that Villa have had over Everton was 5-1 back in 1956-57. Well, 5-0 at the moment beats that. Keown gets it back. Sheedy. Mule. Beagrie. Now Daly. Flat on this side of the field, called for it, but Daly very nearly found him, but it was stopped by MacDonald. Scotty goes darting away on that far side, but the ball beats him into touch. Whiteside, I understand, was a tactical substitution. Dave Watson has a pulled hamstring.
Whiteside was a sensible substitution, I think, Brian, because he'd have been sent off, I would think, if he had been on the field in the second half.
Challenge of MacDonald. The cross wasn't a good one. Platt was waiting in the middle there, so too was Ormondroyd. So Villa fans from far and wide, rub your eyes and look again. It is true, 5-0. Sharp. Sheedy. Sharp's away after this one. Cotty waiting in the middle. There's Bigre with his cross again towards Mike Newell. Nevin. And now McCall. Mountfield, a good defensive header getting that one away. Bigre on the far side. Can he make his way past Daly? In fact, he doesn't have to, because there's a free kick coming Everton's way. Keown forward. Olney back with him. Sharp in there. Cotty. Nevin, Keown, and Newell as well. Olney. Now Peter Bigre. It's a deep cross, but it goes behind. It's a goal kick. Adrian Heath warming up for Aston Villa, another former Evertonian. 7 seasons at Goodison Park, in fact. There's Platt, just fractionally offside. Sheedy. Cotty. Sheedy. Top line again. Everall. They get a corner. It's Nevin with the corner. Floated out there, a flick on again, a touch by... Oh! Well, Newell's header came back off the Villa crossbar. The nearest by far that Everton have been to a goal this afternoon. And they get another corner. Newell again with a header. Spink calmly gathering the ball there above the head of Cotty. Very close this of Mike Newell, a looping header. Everything's going Villa's way. Villa soon to make a substitution. They're going to bring on Mark Blake, an 18-year-old, and taking off Kevin Gage. What it means is that Paul McGrath is now slotting into a defensive position at left back. Blake normally plays up the right side of midfield, but Gage, we gather, has got a hamstring. He's a Nottingham boy, Mark Blake. A great Forest fan, actually. Touch on there towards... I thought there was a lovely little flick on there by Olney. Price. Cowans. Ormonroyd. Clearly having his best game for Aston Villa. Cowans couldn't quite get there. Newell showed great determination that time for Everton. Sheedy now for Sharp. Newell with Daly motoring back to dispossess him, to the cheers of the Villa faithful.
He's like Linford Christie today, isn't he? Young Daly.
He's really quick, isn't he? Olney going up for this one, just gets there ahead of Keown. Blake getting in there, but jumped at an opponent. That's an infringement. It's a free kick to Everton. McDonald with it. Nevin. Ebrel. Allendroyd using his height well on that occasion, getting it away towards Chris Price. Here's Olney, but it falls instead for Keown for Everton. Mountfield's header for Villa. Olney again. A touch now for Daly. But he couldn't hear Nevin coming up behind him. Price. Now Cotty. Sheedy. Beagree. Found himself a good little bit of space there. I couldn't quite find Cotty on the end of it. Up towards Platt. Thank you, says Daly, taking it from the Everton defence, but a poor ball there. Here. Beagree. Lake shouldering Sheedy off the ball, finding Daly. Platt and Olney waiting in the middle. That was an obstruction by McDonald.
I thought it was a harsh decision that Ryan,
Rather by Ebrel.
Yes, I thought Daly ran into the back of Ebrel there.
It's a free kick. Price is across there. Cowan's more likely the one to take it. Nielsen is up from the defence. So too is Mountfield as Villa look for goal number 6. It's gone in! Probably straight in.
Maybe Derek Mountfield, I don't
Maybe
know.
Mountfield.
Well, Mountfield was at the back post.
Nobody's sure, but let's have a look here. It just came... It came off Nielsen. It came off Nielsen.
Yes, I think you're right. It was Kent Nielsen, just got a little flick on. I mean, this is a rout now, isn't it?
6-0. With 68 minutes of the game gone. His first goal for Aston Villa. Cowans is up there. Allendroyd. The whistle had gone, it's a free kick. Only this time, McDonald gets it back. Time on the Everton bench. Back to the training ground to try and sort this out, to get a few of the injured players back. This is a day they'll want to remember. The Villa fans, and for Everton, one they will surely want to forget. Looking now for Ebrel. And the referee going to have a word with a linesman. Whatever had to be done has been done. And we get on with the game with another free kick from Gordon Cowans. Floated in once more. That time Southall fisting it away well for Everton. throw to Villa. Chris Price will take it. Daly. Well, Everton's heaviest ever defeat was a 10-4 defeat at Tottenham. Actually, I was there at that game. It was, if I'm right, it was Billy Nicholson's first game as manager of Tottenham. That was a 6-goal margin, and that's exactly what we've got here. Well, Villa are looking to improve on that. Daly just too high. They're running at the Everton defence here, and with such venom and with such possibilities every time they do it.
Well, I think when you get, you know, 3 or 4 goals up, you're confident. When you get 5 or 6 goals up, everybody wants to have a shot at goal.
McGrath tucking it away. Everton get a throw. 20 minutes of the game left. Cowans.
Brian, I was just thinking there, I'm sure Neville Southall's never conceded 6 goals in a league game. I mean, it is incredible to think that this lad is reckoned to be the best goalkeeper in the country, and to lose 6 goals, he must be wondering what's happened today.
And with only a little question mark maybe against the second one, there's really still not a chance with any of them.
Oh, I don't think so. No, you're right.
That. Been so impressed with Platt today, I must say. Cowans. Olney. Beagrie will meet that one though for Everton. Omendroyd. As Aston Villa start to warm up Adrian Heath, another former Evertonian, and likely to bring to take off their number 9, Ian Olney. Outfield. Cowans. Olney. Late getting in there. Platt again. Substitution being made.
Well, I've been so impressed with Ian Olney today. Even that last move, right, he was involved in it again. His control is excellent. You know, he links up with players around him. And I think this is a boy with a big future.
I think what is happening is that he's just being nursed through these games in the first. He's only 19. And I think Graham Taylor quite right, not overtaxing him. And certainly there's a great incentive for Adrian Heath. As I was saying, 7 seasons at Goodison Park, during which time Everton won championships and cups and a European competition as well. But now Nevin for Everton. There's a good shot off the Villa post. Oh, there's excitement at both ends. It's an extraordinary afternoon of football. And away come Villa now through Omendroyd. With a challenge by Newell, halts him in his tracks. Terrific shot by Nevin.
Well, when it's not going for you, it's certainly not going for you. That was a beauty. But that's Everton, hit the woodwork twice, Brian. But, you know, I think we knew from early on it was never going to be their day.
Omendroyd, the call will get there for Everton. Nevin. Rice. In a moment's sake, I'd like you, as a former great international striker yourself, just to give your assessment of David Platt, because I think to a lot of our audience today, that maybe they'll be seeing David Platt for the first time. And I mean, the manner in which he's taken his goals has been so exceptional. Well, he clearly is a man banging form.
He's very cool in the box, Brian. Good control, you know. But the thing about him as well, you know, he's a great grafter. He can work, you know, he runs around. He's always looking for positions, and that's important if you're playing up front, especially in a modern game. You know, you can't stand around.
Well, here's Newell. Nevin. Newell again. Hit that well and almost knocked Chris Price out. He caught that with such power, and Price just didn't see it coming. And some emergency work being done there as we look at this again. And he's obviously right out. Occasionally you get moments like this where a player sometimes swallows his tongue and has to need very quick work by the physio.
Well, Nigel
Jim
Spink,
Walker there at the moment doing it.
Nigel Spink was very quick to the player to turn him over, and I think that's what Nigel was looking for.
Let's have a word with Gary Newbon on the touchline.
Graham, this is the agony seat normally, but surely with this scoreline you can actually enjoy the game now.
Well, I'll be surprised if we lose. But on the other hand, I think that I look for, you know, the complete performance is 90 minutes, not 76, whether you're 6-0, 1-0, 0-0. So we have another 14 minutes left to play, and what I'm looking for is to see how they cope with being in this league. They pass it and move and find a fresh position. Don't do anything silly, and don't try to look extra good players. Just keep playing the game as it should be played, and that is simply passing the ball and moving, and then out of possession, working hard to get it back.
Graham Taylor, thank you.
Well, that's a different philosophy, Brian, really, from what it used to be with Graham. He used to like them just to knock it down into space.
Whacked away by Platt. Here's Heath, claiming a handball, and the referee's given it. Heath hasn't heard the whistle. Sheedy, in goes Blake. They've worked so hard today, Villa. They've deserved everything they've got.
It's much more entertaining watching a team who do play a bit of football and do pass the ball and move on, and it is to see a team knocking it forward into space and everybody just sort of charge up.
There's that scoreline again. MacDonald. Nielsen with the header. Beagrie. Little jink. Good cross there towards Nevin. McGrath met that well, though.
Sorry, pal.
Might come for a shot, and it's a goal kick. Here's Platt. Oh, what a lovely turn by Platt. And a splendid ball played for Heath, and now for McGrath. Oh, he's going to be in a shooting position here, but it's wide.
I'd love to see Paul McGrath get one because I think he deserves it. He's had an excellent game. He's certainly enjoying himself, isn't he?
You know you have to choose the man of the match a little later on. Just don't tell us who it's going to be, but just give us the men who are in the running, Saint.
Well, McGrath certainly has had an excellent game, but I mean, if you look at the Villa team, you don't see a bad player this afternoon. I've been very impressed with him. You know, you look at the defenders. Mountfield's had a good game. Kent Nielsen, who at the beginning of the season I thought it might take time for him to settle, but I mean, he's looked very comfortable today.
I think Graham Taylor will tell you that, you know, the likes of Platt and Olney are getting all the headlines, but the Mountfields and the Nielsens at the back who've really stabilised Villa in defence and have made this sort of performance possible. Price. Daly won't get to that. MacDonald gets it back to Southall. Newell, in goes Mountfield. Sharp to Newell. It's a good ball by Mike Newell for Peter Beagrie. Cotty up there with him. Might go all the way here. Well, at least he could have marked his debut there for Everton, you felt, with a goal, but the finish in no way matched the good work that led up to that position.
Yeah, nice little dribble, made some space for himself, plumb in front of goal, and the ball was bobbling a little, but you'd expect him to hit the target with that one.
Nevin. Nielsen. Nevin again. For Mike Newell. Cowan's holding him off. Well, there was some good work by Spink. I certainly had the impression that the ball had gone over the byline before it was crossed back, but referee and linesman thought otherwise.
Good work by Newell, who actually has quite a good game since he's moved into midfield. Completely miskicked, and the ball was out of
Oh, it was definitely over the line.
as we saw there, yes.
Sheedy up to Sharp, but a good interception there by Nielsen. And here comes the big Dane now, finding Mark Blake. Plenty up ahead of him too. Goal kick. Ball. Cut out by Platt.
See, that's what I was meaning, Brian, about working. You know, Platt doesn't just stand around. He wants to be a defender as well when the opposition have got it. He's in there tackling, working, chasing everything. He's in an excellent game, and you know, I think I have to give him my man of the match award. I think he's the Barclays bubbly today.
The Barclays bubbly goes to David Platt. Beagrie. Cowans. He couldn't have been far behind in your choice.
Well, you could have picked one of half a dozen. They've all had excellent games this afternoon. But I think Platt, 2 goals. You know, he's had his hand in most of the action this afternoon, and I think he thoroughly deserves it. He's lived up to his pre-match billing today, hasn't he?
Tell me this, if you were Bobby Robson, what would you be doing?
Well, I would play the boy. I mean, you've got to give him a game. You've got to give 1 or 2 a game. Bull, you mentioned before, I would give him a game also. And let's see if they can play at international level.
Bull has already played, of course, didn't he? Remember, against
Right.
Scotland?
I'm trying to forget that one.
Oh, here come Everton now with Cotty. And for the second successive weekend, Tony Cotty gets on the score sheet. The ball made the break. A perfect ball for Tony Cotty, and some good finishing by him to give Everton their first goal of the afternoon. Here's Ormondroyd. Last name in. Won the score. 7 minutes left. There's certainly no shortage of goals. First-class entertainment on the match this afternoon. And a result really that suggests that the Barclays League First Division is going to be as wide open this season as it was last. Sharp for Everton. Beagrie for Everton. Ebrel away on that far side for them. Seeking to put a stamp of respectability on this afternoon of football. Cotty again. Beagrie. And it's in there!
Well, it's fight back time.
6-2 now.
I think it was an own goal by
I think it was Paul McGrath, yes. There you go. Off his shin almost into the roof of the net. 6-2. Ormondroyd. Heath. Bowled over by Newell, and a free kick. So here come Everton looking for another one, but stopped that time, but it's a free kick. Outfield. Here's Keogh. Price with a header for Villa. 3 minutes of the game remaining now. Daly. Working offside just for a moment. Cowans hitting one for Ormondroyd. I thought for a moment he was going to get the better of McCall. It's a free kick. Cowans with it. Flat Ormondroyd. Heath in there too. Curled in there once more. Knocked back by Heath. Easy for Southall. And if you haven't had your fill of goals already this afternoon, remember our special goals from yesterday, the sequence to come after the final whistle. All those goals from Highbury, the surprise win by Coventry at Anfield, by Sheffield Wednesday at Forest and so on, all coming up later on. At the moment it's Blake now for Villa. Now Sheeny. Newell. Blake holding him off, and times his challenge well. Beagrie. Evans in there, but the strong challenge from McGrath. Cotty in for McCall. Sharp trying to get up to this one. Everton claimed a penalty as Cotty was sent bowling to the ground, but nothing given. Good jump here by Graham Sharp. And referee quiet on it. It's a goal kick. Ormondroyd. Heath. Cowans. Daly, but the flag is up on this side in any case. Cotty. Sharp inside, but playing time added on for injuries now. As Sheeny goes in, Sharp is there. Newell looking to make something of it. The cross by him, and over the top by Graham Sharp. And a goal kick for Aston Villa. You're summing up, Ian.
Well, it's been a cracking afternoon's football. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very impressed with Aston Villa. Disappointed with Everton. Although I would say in the last 10 minutes, if they played with the sort of fire they've showed in this little spell, you know, they might have done better. But a thoroughly deserved victory for Aston Villa.
That's outfield. Now Nevin. Heath in first. Southall out. And Villa now on the verge of a famous victory. Just about the first negative thing they've done this afternoon. And a great afternoon for Villa is over. Winners by 6 goals to 2. Callens, Olney, Platt again, Olney again, Nielsen, and Cottee, and the own goal by Paul McGrath, Everton's reply. The final score 6-2 to Aston Villa. We're going to take a short break.
Welcome back. Aston Villa 6, Everton 2. That was the final score. The man of the match was David Platt, and he's with Gary Newbon.
David, how were Aston Villa able to take Everton apart so easily today?
I think really it was our movement in the first half all over for the players, really. They tried to hold the line, and Gordon Cowans has got in on the first goal through that and finished it brilliantly. The back fours give us a solid base to start on. We're moving on up the front, and the midfield's solid as well.
OK, well, you're man of the match. And what about a place in the England team if it's announced tomorrow? What do you think?
Well, that's not up to me. That's not a decision that's up to me, really. Obviously, the England manager will see fit to put me in if he wishes to put me in. If not, then fair enough.
You deserve to at this form. Well done, thank you.
Cheers, thank you.
David Platt, the man of the match. Andy, Bobby Robson will be watching. Should he pick David Platt?
Oh, well, certainly on that performance, he could do a lot worse than pick David Platt. It was a magnificent performance from the lad. Well-warranted man of the match. I couldn't agree more with Saints. 2 goals. He played a captain's part. I mean, Graham Taylor made him captain. This, for me, was the goal of the game. I mean, Kevin Gage does exceptionally well here. And watch this for a bit of awareness. Turns inside the man. Didn't have to blast it and tucks it in the corner. That, to me, is a man full of confidence. And if ever there's a time to pick him and try him at your national side, it must be now.
All right, Andy, thanks very much indeed. So 6-2 here at Villa Park. That means 8 down. 21 to go. The goals from yesterday, we started Highbury, and then Bob Hall takes up the story at Anfield. It started out as a tribute to record breaker David O'Leary. It'll possibly finish up before a tribunal. All very jolly at this stage, the smiles before the snarls, the fireworks to come. Arsenal went behind to one of their own tricks of the trade, falling hook, line and sinker to the near post corner routine. Transfer listed Malcolm Allen, the scorer. Now this was the incident that really ignited the blue touch paper. Allen elbowed O'Leary on the start of that twisting run. O'Leary taking Allen for walkie as it's starting to get a bit nasty now. O'Leary then explaining to referee George Tyson, yes George, his version of what happened a second or two earlier. Rubbing salt into the wound, David Phillips' free kick. Dale Gordon makes the decoy run, and Phillips sends it straight through Lukic. 2-0 Norwich. And things not going according to plan at all for George Graham. Just check the blueprint there, Ken. That's what I told him to do, you know. There you go, yeah. Well, Arsenal had only conceded 1 goal prior to this at Highbury, but they hit back with big Niall Quinn's first of the season after 55 minutes. Gunn, who'd made some good saves, teeing it up for the big fella. 2-1. Well, then came the first of 2 penalties. Now the first, I reckon, much harsher than the second, but we'll take each pen as it comes. That was for handball. Now let's have a look at the replay. The offender there is Andy Linnigan. Now his view appears to be totally obscured by Ian Culverhouse, but the referee saw it as being intentional. Ryan Gunn in goal. Made some good saves. And Lee Dixon had never even taken a penalty before that. You'd never have guessed, would you? 2-2. Arsenal then went behind again to a real sucker punch. Dale Gordon's corner. Linnigan's header. Lukic going down like a giant redwood. Reacting quickly, Sherwood. Brenter O'Leary. It really was his day. If you're ever in a jam, here I am. His first goal for 6 years on his 622nd appearance. Winterburn's free kick. The power of the header from O'Leary, deceiving Gunn. It was another stirring episode in the Norwich home and away saga, with the climax still to come. Another penalty, 2 falls or a submission. Butterworth, the martial arts man, Thomas, the man grounded, he seemed to enjoy it. Now, the more I see this, I'm not too sure. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. You'll have to judge for yourselves. But the referee saw it as a penalty, and another opportunity for Lee Dixon. This time it was saved by Gunn, and somehow Dixon managed to scramble it over the line. But then came the aggro, of which we have not heard the last.
Moves like this have brought Liverpool so many goals. The surprise is when it doesn't work. John Barnes couldn't believe it either. Nor when this sparkling Barnes, Ablett and Beardsley combination also ended in naught. But Greg Downs' curling left foot in the 47th minute found Cyril Regis equally surprisingly all alone. That was his first of the season, 50th for Coventry, and the Anfield hoodoo was finally broken.
John Sheridan finally getting a First Division game at the City Ground for his new club Sheffield Wednesday against his old one, Nottingham Forest. Looked to be a formality for Forest, 7 without defeat against a Wednesday side without so much as a goal away from home. Nigel Clough's shot just skimming the post. Now, Wednesday's first away win was set up by Alan Harper's cross that created mayhem in the Forest defence, and certainly not helped by an injury to Steve Sutton, the goalkeeper. Dalian Atkinson almost got his 3rd of the season. Forest looked to have escaped when a Terry Wilson rocket turned out to be a dud. 1-0 Wednesday, and the last laugh to John Sheridan.
Well, if that was a shock, so too 2 goals in 2 minutes for Charlton, and both from corners. After the goalmouth pinball machine effect, it was set up by Mortimer and touched home by Paul Williams. Manchester United's erratic form continued when they failed to clear another corner. The ball hit the underside of the bar before Williams' outstretched leg brought only Charlton's 3rd win of the season.
Manchester City, with only 1 point from their previous 3 games, are encouraged to play it about, probably by the reputation of the Palace defence. There's always goals about when Palace are about. Ian Bishop's lovely little ball there. Clive Allen off target for once. Now, around about this point, we took a time-out, but David White didn't. Manchester City 1, Crystal Palace 0. Trevor Morley, the ultimate hero of last season, he scored the goal that got them up, you might remember. Put them 2 in front just before half-time. Palace clearly heading for their 5th away defeat of the season. Steve Coppell's on the lookout for a new goalkeeper. You've got to say that Perry Suckling's not doing much to convince him otherwise. Clive Allen's 3rd in 3 games, and more typical than last week's against Chelsea.
Well, now I promise you, here's a goal to sit back and savour. Thomas and Mabbott, the organisers, Paul Gascoigne, the executor, skill in abundance. Who says that Tottenham don't travel well? But Southampton haven't climbed to 5th place without good cause, and when Spurs' defence lost their way, the ball fell on the volley to Glenn Cockrell, and he snatched a point.
Wimbledon and Queen's Park Rangers produced 3 shots between them. The headlines and most of the copy being provided by one acrimonious incident. Now, you might just get away with this sort of thing in American football, but not in these parts, not even at Plough Lane. Terry Gibson had to go for sacking Andy Sinton.
Luton's plastic pitch continues to get the better of most visitors. Derby County, the latest victims. Ian Dowie's first league goal, enough to give Luton all 3 points. That's a rarity these days. and keep Arthur Cox's side in deep trouble.
Well, the one match we're unable to show you, the one that put Chelsea on top yesterday, 4-0 against Millwall. Villa up to 4th place, and as far as Everton's concerned, enough's been said already. Andy, it really has been quite a weekend, hasn't it?
Incredible.
What about this championship race now? It
Yeah,
looks like it's going to be really tight, doesn't it?
For the first time in a long time, this weekend's results have showed us anything, Elton. It's that for a long time, this could be the tightest First Division championship race that we've had for many a year, and that can only be good for football.
All right, Andy, thanks very much for being with us. I hope you're watching next week, because the match is from Old Trafford. That's Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. And then, tonight at 10:30, the WBC Super Featherweight Championship of the World. That's live on ITV, another quality sporting occasion at 10:25. Jim McDonnell against the champion Azuma Nelson. From all of us, bye-bye.